is here. Welcome back to the Charlie Kirk Show.
All right, welcome back to the Charlie Kirk Show. Meeting our Turning Point students and the chapter leaders is one of the best parts of this job.
They're great. They're great. They're motivated. They're impressive.
And positive.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy was on. He was probably. I don't know where he was when everything happened, but this is a truly remarkable man for having this happen on his campus, overcoming it. And you see that spark in him, and he realizes that he's a torchbearer of Charlie's message and his legacy.
From all the way from the Antipodes in Australia, no less.
Yeah, well,
it really shows the globalization of Charlie's message that we saw so much in the past year.
There was actually a Sky News reporter out of Australia that always covered Charlie, and Charlie would always send me the links, go she's good, she's good, and she liked Charlie. I mean, you know better than I Charlie's global impact because you traveled with him internationally in the final months.
I'll never forget how many people were recognizing him in the UK, the Starbucks barista, the guys in the security line, the random people in the airport lounge, just one thing after another. It was just constant. In the parking lot of this gas station, people were recognizing him, and I did not anticipate that.
I remember we had a what was her name? The German representative.
Oh, the AfD woman?
Yeah, the AfD.
Yes.
Yeah, and I remember in the breaks, she was so nervous to talk to Charlie. She couldn't believe she was on the Charlie Kirk Show because Charlie was such a big deal for the conservatives in Germany. And the French girls at the RNC that couldn't wait to take a selfie with Charlie.
It's one of the most important reasons we can't let ourselves get blackpilled. You quickly realize how much every other conservative on planet Earth looks towards American conservatism because it's where we're vital, we're coming up with new ideas, we're aggressive, we're energetic. You can do things in America. People love that you can do things in America.
You can just do things. You can just do things. I think we need to hit this Jeremy Carl nom in the next segment.
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's do that. Trump's been raging that he can't get any of his appointees through, and I think he's 100% right. We need to apply some pressure. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back to the Charlie Kirk Show. There's a hot mic moment that is going around, and it's making waves on social media. Let's go ahead and play it from President Trump. Hot mic 185.
I cannot appoint anybody. Huh? I can't appoint anybody.
They're unappointed.
Everybody I've appointed, their time is expired. And then there is a fall. And then we're losing.
So if you couldn't hear what he said, he says, I can't appoint anybody. Everybody I've appointed, their time is expired, then they're in default, then we're losing. Blake, explain this.
Yeah, it's what we were complaining about with Charlie, actually, just going into this fall, that there's so many nominees to important positions, that there's so many appointees in general in the federal government. I think there's several thousand people at this point who are supposed to be directly appointed by the president. Start with the secretaries, the undersecretaries, the assistant undersecretaries, just keeps going down, all the ambassadors. And I think in that specific clip, Trump was complaining about his U.S. attorney nominations. A lot of those have been sat on. So he has.
What's behind that?
I think in a lot of those cases, I think Congress specifically dislikes some of the picks, and so they wish Trump would pick somebody else.
That's a Senate thing.
Yes, all of these are Senate confirmed. The House doesn't vote on these things. The Senate wants somebody else, so they're pouting and sitting on them. I think there's a lot of that going on, and it's causing problems because there's a limit to how long a person can serve temporarily. The Trump administration they've tried to come up with some legal maneuvers around this, and courts have generally been striking that down. I won't get into all of that. But bigger picture, when this clip came out, you and I were talking, there's so many positions that have gone unfilled, where they've started to accelerate them, where they've started to do those block votes on nominees this fall, yet there's still hundreds of people. And so the example you and I were talking about was Jeremy Carl, author of The Unprotected Class.
Charlie loved Jeremy Carl.
Loved him. He was really excited to get him into the admin. This is one of the nominations he really personally fought for. I believe he was nominated to be Assistant Secretary of State for International Organizations. I think he'd probably end up working with Undersecretary Sarah Rogers, who we had on this show, and she took forever to get in. She was nominated, I think, in February, and
we got
had a hearing in April. Only got confirmed in October. There's way too much of this. There's no excuse for us to have a Republican Senate with a Republican president with a time limit of 4 total years where you're guaranteed to have power, 2 total years where you're guaranteed to have a Senate that can confirm people, and to just be sitting on nominations. I am sorry. Ram them through.
Absolutely. And by the way, this blue slip thing, which is actually what that hot mic moment was about. I mean, Charlie leveled into the U.S. Senate. And listen, we like Chuck Grassley, but I mean, what's Chuck Grassley's like late 80s?
Might be 90 by now.
He could be 90 now.
He's a formidable figure.
He is a very, like, we respect Chuck Grassley. Look, he's a great
92.
American. What?
92.
92. But we are playing in a whole different reality than what Chuck Grassley's probably, his memory, the world that formed him is long gone.
The world has changed. The left has gotten incredibly aggressive and expansive about what they would like to do. The bare minimum we can do is allow the person America elected to stop this to have his dudes
and by the way,
the admin.
JD said this. He said, we cannot keep electing politicians that are promising policies on immigration, for example, and then saying that the judges are just going to overturn this. You cannot do that over and over again without the people eventually becoming quite radicalized. What the people want, the people get. When the people elect people like President Trump and JD Vance to fix our border issues, to fix our immigration issues, or whatever, law and order, and then constantly this is getting sidetracked because we can't get appointees through or whatever because of a blue slip antiquated process, which is supposed to be gentlemanly and collegial within the U.S. Senate, when they are weaponizing old traditions where there's no rule, there's no constitutional order,
there's no amendment
mandate,
that says
there's no
blue
policy.
slips exist.
It's literally just a tradition, and that is getting in the way. Why this is so important, and we're just talking with the chapter president of UVU, and I'm thinking about Charlie right now. Charlie left it all out on the field, literally and physically, and in every conceivable way, to get President Trump elected, to get majorities in the House and in the Senate. We have that. We have what we worked so hard for. And for that to get then sidetracked and postponed, delayed, or completely blocked because we run out of time is an insult to everything that we did in the lead up to 2024. And it's an insult to Charlie Kirk.
And it's self-defeating. If we lose next year, one of the biggest factors will be didn't confirm enough people, didn't get enough things done, didn't fulfill enough of the promises.
Absolutely unacceptable that this is still getting in the way. Abolish the blue slip. It's time. We are not dealing with a good faith actor.
Abolish the blue slip, ram through the hearings, ram through the nominees.
Erica Kirk joins us next. Don't go anywhere.